Good. Please, sir.
Hello, my name is Christian Pecaut. I work at an educational startup company here in Boston. So I was glad you brought up the weapons of mass destruction, which was popularly exposed as the knowing fabrication.
No, I beg your pardon. It was exposed as we were wrong. There was zero evidence in my experience that there was any fabrication. There was no misleading of the American public. It simply turned out that we were wrong, plain and simple.
I wanted to bring up another example from another administration where you worked, the first Bush administration, where the example of I think it was the daughter of the Kuwaiti ruler, manufactured atrocity stories about infants being tossed onto the ground, which was later found out to be totally fabricated, which was used to kind of indoctrinate the U.S. population to get them to support war. So just given this sequence of basically fabrications or exaggerations, deliberate exaggerations, along the lines of, as you say, the decision was already made to go to war. They just concoct whatever they need, whether it's true or false. Why wouldn't we think the same thing about these supposed chemicals, especially when the Russian government has come out and said that they have proof that it's the rebels actually who caused these chemical attacks, and that the U.S. has been covertly arming these rebel groups illegally all along also. And if you can aver that these are actually the facts and we shouldn't be wary of these, aren't you concerned that by opposing Russia and China, who are both nuclear powers in this very volatile region, that, say, like, they're giving Syrian air defenses abilities to shoot down, say, U.S. fighters. And, like, if a Russian-backed, air defense system shot down a U.S. fighter, doesn't it have the danger to widen the conflict into a worldwide nuclear war?
Let me take two parts of that. In terms of I already said what I had to say about the weapons of mass destruction in the second Iraq War. In the first one, yeah, there were certain pieces of information which were later turned out to be not true. People at the time didn't know that. More important, it doesn't change the basic case. You're not going to stand up in here and say Saddam Hussein did not invade, occupy, and annex Kuwait. You're not going to say he violated the basic tenets of or maybe you would. I'll just say I don't believe one can say he did not violate the basic tenets of the UN Charter. In my own view, it posed a major strategic threat to American interests. So even if you can cherry pick this or that statement that was incorrect, the larger narrative is 100% right. And the United States, I believe, and the international community, was right to do what it did. And the world, I believe, was a better place for that. In terms of the current situation.
It contradicts your earlier statement.
In the case of if the Russians supply air defense systems, which they have provided lots of weapon systems to this area, we're not going to, as best I understand, we're not flying American pilots and manned aircraft over Syria, in part to avoid the possibility of American casualties. But if there are situations where we have to destroy equipment provided by Russia or Iran, we'll have to take that into account. Is there a chance for some war widening? Yes, conceivably. Do I think it would lead to serious escalation? No. But coming back to the previous question, that's something you're going to have to factor in. You're going to have to say, what are the risks of this kind of action? What is the potential risks of inaction? You're going to have to choose your policy.